And good afternoon. This is the Elliott Wave Daily Update for the NASDAQ 100, being recorded on Tuesday, October the 7th at 2:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I am here on the hourly chart for the NQ, and you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff on here because actually both the preferred and the alternate continue to move, pretty much staying in line of the 50-50 probability for either one to be actually the one that's in action. So let's just kind of starting with the preferred. The preferred suggests, again, that minute wave 3, actually both do, but that minute wave 3 completed on the 22nd of September. 22nd. And there we have minuet wave A of minute wave 4 and possibly completed minuet, minuet wave B. So this B could go over here. Again, 1.382 and 1.882 both came in, 25,262, 261, and they both came in at the same place. And the market hit it today, basically on the nose. The high was 25,275. So it went above it, not by a whole lot, but by enough. So, but still, not really going to give that because it came flying back down. As you see, the bar itself is red. So went up, hit that high, and came right back down below this. And then continued. Give one more little rally there, right on the opening, went back up, and this time only equaled. Got back up to here, did not go back above it. So again, a little bit in some overthrow just before the opening, and then on the opening itself came back up and only equaled at 25,261, and then just started to collapse. Now, here's an important thing that took place during this drop, and I'm going to open this up so we can see timing here. So the biggest portion of that happened at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And now I'm going to discover or just go over um, some of the spot gamma levels that were involved in all of this. And we're looking at the Qs. Now, the Qs came on board today at about 6:07, I believe. Let me go right down real quick to them. So they opened at 6:09, actually, and traded as low as 6:06, 6:03. And 6:09.71 was the high of the day. So when we go back, we had coming in a large gamma 2 and the call wall. We're at 6:10. 6:08 was large gamma 4, got broken. 6:07 was the volatility trigger and the put wall got broken. Then 6:06, zero gamma, 6:05, large gamma 3. Large gamma 3 got broken. Zero gamma, remember, not bullish, not bearish, not resistance, not support. It's that point in the market where when we go below it, the market is going to go more risk off. So in other words, the gamma starts turning more negative rather than positive. So that came in. The low actually was 6:03. Actually, was that? Let me just go back over and just double check. 6:03. And I think it threatened to go below 6:03. So the next up on the gamma levels was large gamma 1, which is at 600. So very quickly this morning, and I mentioned this, the market went through large gamma 4, the volatility trigger, and the put wall, and then didn't take much more time before it went through zero gamma and large gamma 3. Those were all big. Now, if we compared that uh, to the NASDAQ, to the NQ itself, it really, they're not going to be as reflective, right? The NQ had, let's see, ding, 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 go right up to it. Opened at 25,184, 25,275 was the high. 24,984 was the low. So much different picture. Although we got all of that. And remember what this morning, what I was talking about, that if in the ETFs, because the spiders did the same thing. So in these ETFs, when these gamma levels get so crunched together, it's not going to take much effort to just break through them. And that's exactly what happened. And I said, when it does, it's going to be, depending on how many they break initially and quickly, it puts a lot of sell pressure on the market. And that's really what it did. So these started to break when the NASDAQ future was trading somewhere, let's say between 25,190. And actually, that was the high of it. So I can't say it was up there or maybe somewhere around 21,170, 180, somewhere in there. But it is like it hit the fan and it just started to go and it started to go. This is a 15-minute bar. This 15-minute bar went from 25,191 to 25,053. So it dropped 140 points. Boom, boom, 15 minutes. That was pretty fast. And then tried to rally back, got caught, came back down. Tried to rally, got minimally a tick or two, and came back down. Then put in a rally, but they came back down. And then finally caught a little bit of a bid. And that was primarily due to, again, AMD, NVIDIA, the stocks in play because of OpenAI. They held the bulk of with some other AI stocks. Don't get me wrong, there were others involved. So, but both, the big thing I want to make sure that we all grab a hold of is that the gamma levels are important. And when it happens, because of the nature of what happens to these options and what happens to a position sitting on the wrong side, and we go through bing, 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 4 levels quickly in a 15-minute period. A lot of adjusting became very evident very quickly. So that's my point. And when we can recognize that and you're trading, you can catch it. And that was a quick 15 minutes. And if you just happened to have slipped out to the restroom or went to get a cup of coffee or did something, you missed it. So that's that. Back to our charts. So here we are that is, okay, I got to go back out to my hourly, sorry, because I got to show the whole thing. So here we are, wave A, wave B. Now, I would think that it could be very big chance. That's what we're looking for right now to see what happens here. Now, go back over, we're going to take a look and we're going to combine this with the alternate count, which suggests that minute wave 4 completed at the September 25th low. Wave A completed. And no, excuse me, that the minute wave 4 completed at that level. That would be minute 4. And then we started to do minute wave 5. And as I described yesterday and continue to describe today, that my feeling is that if that's the case, so if the alternate jumps into preferred status, which we're at the cusp now, we're going to be finding out, I believe, in the next day or so, which one is actually in force. So if it is the alternate, then this count changes. This is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, no, 3, A, B, C, 4. I'd move this. I definitely would move this. So this has got to be moved. But on the other hand, right, if we count, that would be A, B, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It's an irregular, so we'd be looking for the wave 4, that low, to come in 1.618. right there. Now, what we got going on in the interior is I'm saying that we probably had, again, this is the alternate, we probably had 1 and then 4. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're now looking for this fifth wave down. And maybe we got 1, 2, and it's going to come flying down. That would be the take. Now, if it does, where's wave 5? Wave 5 would be 2.618 times the length of wave 1 at 24,938. Remember, we need to come down and put a new low in below this one, which was 24,984.75, 24,985. We get below that, and we have 5 waves down. We got close. They almost wanted to do it right there, but saved their butt. All right, this was 84. This was 91. Came close. And I got to be honest with you, it's like, if I would say fifth wave failure, maybe, but this tells me no, because if it's a fifth wave failure, the power behind the market should have taken a lot higher than it did. So I'm leaving it as 4, 1, 2, then we get a 3, 4, and a 5. We can get down to here at 24,938, or we drop all the way. And guess what? This also would be, if this is 3, 4, we're coming down in a fifth, a little bit larger, we have 1.618. We also can take a look at this and go, all right, let's just say 1, A, B, C, 2, which would suggest we get above 25,092 to finish the C wave up. And then we come back down in the third wave. Now, these are for the alternate if it's just a wave 4. Because see, we're looking at the previous fourth, or the A wave is here. And 2.618, comparable. It's greater than 1.618. But technically, we'd want to see it come in below the A wave, which is 24,921. 16-point difference. I would imagine if we got there, we might get a little bit more. And it could be 2.882. Let's just take a look. 2.882 and see where that one comes in. Just a little bit below. There you go. 23, and this is 20. This is 23. So it would equal it. And that would be perfect, right? And that would be that we have a 5 waves down, could be the C wave to complete the fourth wave, and then we start to go back up. Or, big or it comes down, finishes 5 waves down, goes back up in a wave 2, and then slides. So this is how long we got to carry these things together. They're not quite ready to separate because both required 5 waves down to either kick off a C wave down or to kick off a C wave to complete a smaller fourth wave. So we haven't completed that yet. So proof is going to be coming. Here we have some support levels for the fifth wave to complete that 5 waves down, or to complete the beginning stage, right? So this is just the C wave down for minute wave 4. So we go back out here, and what are we looking for? So this would be A, this would be B, and C. We're still looking for it to come down to here. So if we start to come down in 1, and we go back up in a 2, this, let me go back down to the 15-minute. This is where we're going to find out. If we come down complete 5, we go back up, and what could be a second wave that would fit the preferred count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if it's an A, B, C, and we maybe come down to here and start to go back up, this would finish a wave 5, a wave C, and this 4 would be pushed over to here, and we'd be heading up in a fifth wave. On the other count, we're heading up in a second wave. So what a second wave is going to look like is an A, B, C. What a fifth wave, or just, yes, a fifth wave here is going to be a 1, 2, 3 should go. Instead of an A, B, C, be limited, it's a 1, it's the opposite. We get a 1, 2, 3. So that's what we got to wait for. Got to wait for this to kind of put that first wave, first 5 down. So then we're going to be able to say, okay, there could be 4, or it could be wave 1 of C. Then we're going to get that wave 2, and that's where the market will let us know. What happens? Is that going to be part of a fifth wave going up, or is it going to be just a second wave and that's it, we go down? So that's where we're at with all of that put together. And so what I wanted to make sure we talked to today, because I think that gamma levels are going to continue to be into play right up through October expiration, which, by the way, folks, is on the 17th of October, which is a week from Friday. A week from Friday, we have the October expiration. It should be a pretty large expiration. We have economic data. Either they're going to catch up like a madman, and that could really just force a lot of stuff. So tomorrow being Wednesday, all we have are the minutes of the Fed September meeting. That can wreak havoc in the market. We got a cut. So they're going to want to get what the vote was, and who was more hawkish, who's more dovish, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if they really kind of like those minutes, which we already know because Powell gave a speech, but hey, the market is the market. It could really propel, it could finish up a wave 2, or it could kind of just finish a wave 2 or continue higher in a wave 3. Depending on what we're looking at. So again, we could find out tomorrow. Depends on how all of this is put out. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fed officials out talking. So just the Fed minutes come out tomorrow, along with everybody out giving speeches and talks. So we're going to keep that in mind. Our gamma levels themselves will be updated tomorrow. Important was what happened when they're grouped together. So I give those in the morning report and the morning update. That morning update is for members only. So that's that. Now, I think that is really going to be it for today. I'm going to leave this on the hourly 30-minute chart. I may open this up a little bit and we get a chance to look inside. Nah, you don't want to do that. Open it up a little more. There, that's good. So there's the whole picture. This is what we're working on right now. All right, that's going to be it. Our next update will be tomorrow morning.